Testing, testing, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All right, another day. Oh man, all right. Let's Paint TV. I'm your host, Mr. Let's Paint. We shall get through this another day. Oh man. Okay. 818-528-4516. That's the number. Man. Okay. Fantastic. All right. So let's do some work here today. I guess or not. Let me just sit down and just relax for a few minutes before we get going here. Taking your calls here, 818-528-4516, 818-528-4516. It's Let's Paint TV. We are here brought to you by whatever may conjure up in your mind, or whatever that is. We are brought to you by that, whatever that may be. 818-528-4516, 818-528-4516. Taking the calls. Working on our painting, I guess, or not. I guess I'll be obliged to provide some painting maneuvers in the near future, but I guess right now I kind of don't want to. But I will. I'm going to have a little coffee first. Man, this is some serious, strong-ass coffee. I brought my paint bag in so we can really, hopefully, add more dimension to what we got going on. I also ended up looking up stewardess on Google search. So I looked that up. So I got an idea, better idea what stewardess look like. I took the safe search off too, by the way. That way I got a little more, some more sexier imagery. But we'll see how it goes. At least I have an idea. Maybe a blue, kind of thinking of the blue Pan Am waitress, stewardess. Or not, I don't know. Anyway, but I'm also thinking about putting maybe some other elements in here. Also, we don't have to limit ourselves to flight. If by any chance you want to add to the piece, and we can break it up into something entirely different, which would be kind of fun. But I am thinking about maybe putting like a security, Homeland Security kind of deal in here somehow. But at the moment, I am just kind of wandering, pondering the ideas. Anyway, give us a call, 818-528-4516. It's a lovely day outside. Spring, fall. Isn't it fascinating? Spring and fall are kind of similar in the weather aspects. I know you can't see me there on a terrible shot. Yeah, kind of nice times of year in a way. Instead of winter, yeah, winter's a little rough usually, and then summer can be a little too hot, I guess. Spring and fall, really kind of a nice time to enjoy the weather. Yeah, that coffee's a little too much. Anyway, I'm gonna probably add to this painting here in a second as a moment as I look at it. I still have so much leftover paint from the previous painting that I'm wanting to either negate entirely or maybe make acknowledge the little various moves, which I think ultimately I made. Well, I don't know. I mean, because you kind of go back and forth. I do definitely go back and forth. I think one could. Now I know I'm not helping you out too much, guys. My bewilderment, my wonderment, my not hesitance, and I might be throwing you a right hand screwball. That may not be of benefit for yourselves. However, that's life. Take it or leave it. And we represent life as best we can here with you each and every day, Monday through Friday, 11 to 12 noon. Give us a call, 818-528-4516, 818-528-4516. We're taking your calls right after these important messages. All right, Let's Paint TV, brought to you by, well, it's not brought to you by anybody. No one's sponsoring the program, but it could. And if you'd like to sponsor the program, I guess contact me. Contact Cheryl there at the Let's Paint TV customer service hotline. That would be mrletspaint@gmail.com. Talk to Cheryl. Give them code 3567 for a 20% discount. All right, we're back. 818-528-4516. Taking your calls on creativity on the struggle, one struggles. As you can see, I'm using a kind of one of these store-bought canvases that anyone who's interested in art or follows art or is one that maybe someone who is a maybe serious artist, you would probably recognize this as a store-bought shitty canvas, but it's actually relatively, it's not the worst product that you could be using, but it isn't really a top of the line. But I'm okay with that. I'm over it. I'm over the that whole aspect. I mean, after all, we paint on cardboard quite a bit, which can be kind of, I guess, problematic for some aspects. I think, and just ultimately for the value. It's like watercolors I found to be, or pastels, if you do chalk pastels, I found that there's no value in general, comparatively speaking, unless, whereas if you did an oil painting, you can get shitloads more money. So, one of those deals. I'm just really slowly enjoying this bitter black ass coffee, but it is. I may not drink it all. Just letting you know. I want to thank you all for watching the program. We've got a lot of exciting stuff going on here today, as you can see. We are in the throes of some exciting painting going on. It's kind of like some people liken the show to watching painting dry, and that is close to what's going on here. Oh, someone actually gave us a like. Thank you, appreciate that. I want to thank you, 3 callers, 3 viewers watching the program. Anyway, so if by chance you want to add, I will take your add-ons, your thoughts to possibly add to this. This is a sort of a collaboration of sorts. We've done this off and on over the years, and if by chance you want to add to this or suggestions for this painting, we will possibly entertain your ideas, and hopefully maybe paint your thoughts on this matter, possibly or not. At the moment, I go back and forth if I'm going to even do anything except for just sort of sip on some coffee, which is fine by me for at the time being. But I would like to at some point maybe get going, but not sure I will. Physically, I'm not feeling it. Physically, mentally, I think I'm there, but physically, I don't want to get up and start painting. But mentally, I know what I like to do to the piece. Maybe this is the time where I need to have someone do the painting for me. That's what I need to do. I'm at a point in my life where I need to just have someone interns come in and do the paintings for me and just say, yeah, put some stuff here, put some stuff there. I just don't have it. I don't physically want to do anything anymore. I think I'm just going to become a couch potato, really just a figment of my imagination. Ultimately, is what I'm going to become, and that's my plan. I plan to die one day. Maybe not yet. Let's hopefully not yet, but it will happen. I don't feel as if I have. I don't feel immortal, but I do feel that the spirit is. I feel the spirit is immortal, but the body sure as hell's not. I know that. But we degrease. Anyone ever try to clean the inside of an oven? Degrease the oven? Hands up. Anyone on that? It's kind of a messy operation. Apparently they are self-cleaning ovens nowadays, that you don't really have to do that, but I've never seen that to be the case. It always seems like you still need to find a way to clean that sweet potato that has melted onto the bottom of the stove. Okay, thanks again for being here. A few more viewers. This is action-packed television, internet viewing. You're watching live. We are commencing painting, the painting process at any moment, although physically I just don't have it in me. But I will. I got my paint bag with me. And we could probably put some more elements in this piece, I suspect. I really do think we could. I think I'm going to do, we put the stewardess in. It is sort of an airplane-themed piece. But like I said, we don't have to limit the equation as such. It doesn't have to be limited to that focal point. But it might be kind of neat to continue on with that flair, the flavor, the fixation, one's fixation. How do you get kind of tired of maybe whatever you're doing? You know, how do you stay focused to see something through? You know, do you really have it in you or do you question it? Do you just fizzle out on the idea? I know we just have 2 people watching. We're looking forward to actually having nobody watch. That would be actually kind of fun. Just have a big 0. Now, you 2 people that are watching, all you have to do is just hang up and move on and go somewhere else. And then that would be a total 0, which would be fascinating to see. Hey, what's going on here? We have someone. This is my favorite show. We watch you every day, John. Oh, wow. Oh, fantastic. Well, appreciate that. That makes me feel a little more elated, I suspect. Though physically, I don't have it in me except for just to sit down and kind of mumble. But I think I can get over it. I'm trying to get over it. I'm talking myself out of it, if possible. But in the meantime, feel free to call us here. Do you have a favorite painter, John? Oh, great question. Now that you guys are chipping in onto the conversation, thank you. That's a great shot there. My favorite painters would be, I hate to say, I hate to divulge who would my favorite painters be. I don't have one in particular, but I always, I have in the past always said Cezanne in a sort of old school way. But it is not, I'm not locked in on that. I liked a lot of the, I like a lot of the stuff that it was done sort of, I guess they call them German expressionist. I kind of like that stuff. Also, maybe not all of it, but I sure do like some of it. I like the freedom, sort of the frustration. I like that sort of that period after World War I in Germany, the artwork that was done around that time, because it seemed to be kind of like, they didn't really concern themselves always with this manicured perfectionism that is sort of consistently always sort of classical realism, from Roman times, stuff that Hitler was going to, ultimately celebrating. So I always like that. The reason why I like that kind of stuff, or basically other paintings that are kind of have a little fucked up quality to them. The reason why I like that is because I think it gets closer to the real heart of humanity and the person and the art. The art does it. You have people like you have the Illuminists from late 18th century or 19th century. I always get those periods, or I think it was late 1890s or something, like Frederick Church. Look him up. Anyway, these Illuminist people, they were all into like not even they wanted to paint apparently as if God was painting for them, and so there was not even the hand of the artist was even in the painting, that kind of mentality. And there are some wonderful paintings done that way. But I'm not really, and maybe at the time, particularly as a young fellow interested in painting, I might have been interested in maybe coming to grips with trying to do that kind of work, even though I had no chance in hell to even come close to it. But I think we all do try that when we start off. Anyway, and then also that time they were interested in manifest destiny, like conquering the world too. At the same time, I don't quite understand how that made how your artwork is supposed to be about God and then taking over the world nationally. I'm not sure where that worked, but apparently that was a connection. But yeah, but so I like artwork or anything that is more real and not so phony, in a sense. And what is that? I don't know. In a weird way. But like I said, I think I kind of like some of the work that was done during that time, expressionistic work. Because I think that it might show a little more of the frustration of humanity, and what's it all about, alpha aspects of life. Whereas works that are really focused in on the greatness of man, celebrating how great man and man's abilities are, that gets tiresome. Well, everything gets tired, obviously, but I think the most art is celebrated with that context, predominantly from novice viewers, collectors, the general public is always going to gravitate towards that kind of work, and it's just kind of sad, I find, because then you have a lot of people are left out. They forget that they can be creative. They can be crazy with their own damn selves without being perfect. And so then a lot of people give up quickly on the creative process because they feel as if they need to be perfect. And so that's my angst towards the world of sorts. Seeing people give up on their potential true destination of who they are, or their expression, their true expression. It seems to be quite a lot of that. Art used to be linked to big ideas. Is that right? I didn't know that. Like in what way? Anyway, so that, I guess that would be my answer. Kind of a long-winded answer, but I did give you a couple of points. I think it changes too, and also I think it's like music, art. What you like in art, and I guess we're talking, painting in general here, since that was, that was your asking. What was your favorite painter? But obviously, art is not just only about painting. But anyway, painting or any other form of art, which obviously includes music, is the same thing. With music, I don't really have a favorite musician or favorite style of music. I'm all over the place, and I think in reality, even in painting, I'm all over the place. I think I used to have, and I still do have, a sort of a bias towards hatred towards some sort of perfectionism, and yet there's always an example that proves you wrong. And also, a lot of times, what I found mostly, which was very interesting, was that I would end up having friendships with fellow artists who actually involve themselves with that kind of work, and you learn to like that work because of the friendship you have. But so friendship actually can play a part into, I suspect, what you may or may not like. Who are the artists whose work you don't like? Oh, well, yeah, that's a good question. But I think ultimately it's, without naming names, I think it's stuff that seems to have a lot. It's usually has an illustrative backbone. Again, sort of a Norman Rockwell backbone of perfectionism, accuracy. That usually I don't care for. So yeah, I don't like that. And then on top of it, they spend most of their imagery decisions on being nostalgic. Oh, that is the worst to me. That I could name you one or two artists pretty quickly here, but I will not. I do not want to even let you guys know what's going on with that. But just, there's a lot of art that is successful. And I guess it would ultimately be considered commercial art. But sometimes commercial art finds its way in sort of in a in a more modern or contemporary art scene, because whatever sells. And so if you are able to sell it, then you sell it in whatever venue you can. But yeah, nostalgia, illustrative artwork that passes as fine art, to me, sort of the Norman Rockwell-ish imagery, that just, to me, that is a zero in my book. There's nothing wrong with you know, I guess, I mean, they're crafted well, right? I mean, and that's, I don't have, you know, I'm not complaining about that. I don't think. I might be jealous about it, but just the imagery of what they're depicting is just not what I want to see. I'm not interested in that, and so. Oh, come on, name some names. Hey, look, I gave you enough. All you got to do is, if anyone's painting like a painting of has an illustrative type of painting that is painting something that is from like the 50s, there you go. There's plenty of I got one person in mind, but like I said, there's a whole club of them. They all like hang out together and make paintings like that, and then they go to the bank with the money in their pockets, you know, laughing all the way to the bank. You know why there is so much money in that is because if you think about it, people who like nostalgia artwork are old people, and old people have money. Old people want to go back to the 50s. They want to celebrate how wonderful life was back in the 50s or the 60s or whatever. And so you make a painting of that period, boom. You got your old rich person going, hey, I like that. It reminds me when I was a kid, and I'm going to buy that. How do I feel about street art? Very good question. Well, hey, it's good and bad, I guess. It comes and goes. It's a big Q&A question in here. Great, fantastic. I was not. Maybe we can just skip the painting altogether, which is fine with me. No, I gotta get some painting going on here. I think maybe. I don't know. It's weird. The body was not wanting. I have a hard time getting going on. I tell you, this 11 o'clock slot that I carved out for myself is not the best for me. But anyway, it does get me going, I guess, and I do eventually get going. Usually by around 11:30, which is about right now. Oh, okay. Street art. Yeah, let's talk about that. Street art. Yes. Well, it's revolutionary. You know what I mean? It's political. It's social. It's necessary. I don't care for a lot of it, but I don't care for a lot of everything. I'm kind of opinionated in that sense. I go into a museum, an art museum, and I don't like most of the stuff. You know, I just don't. I don't. I'm being honest and I'm being real here. I don't want to have to admit or pretend, I guess, that I like everything and that I'm supposed to like everything. But yeah, street art is a necessary evil. No, it's necessary in many respects. It is. It's a wonderful thing, and you know, it's an interesting thing because a lot of times, when it comes out, like a particular idea, I think it gets. I think there is too many people. Not enough originality in it, though. I got to tell you that. Let's put it that way. Let's be frank here. In street art, it is consistently, almost always the same. You either have artists that are, well, they're more like taggers, they're just full on spray paint with their gang or they're politically charged writings that are not necessarily designed art pieces, and then so those are really two things, you know. But anyway, one is marking territory, the other one is like a political protest of some sort. So that, you know, like Viva Quebec or something like that, Libre, or okay, so that's political art, I guess. But anyway, and then there's the other kind of art that seems to be very consistently almost always the same, and that is sort of the artwork that you see kind of that sprout up with the subways, the painting of the trains, and almost without fail, all those guys paint the same, seem like similar designs. So it's like a club again. I don't know. I guess I don't care to see everyone doing the same thing. I just think that there's too much copycatting going on in that whole in every aspect, every particular grouping. But maybe it's I guess it is difficult to be original, I guess, is what it comes down to. And maybe we're not supposed to really think so much about being original or different, but just be part of everyone else's community of doing the same thing, I guess. These are things that we might want to consider, I guess. So yeah, and then of course the big name, of course, is the Banksy guy, who you got to hand it to him. Relatively uniquely different in a sense. I'm a little tired of it though, a little bit, but he's definitely made some interesting points with the art, and though I'm again not a little tired of the sort of wallpaper H-Salt fish and chips wallpaper from the 20s kind of imagery that stencils that he uses all the time. It's like you walked into a British fish and chip shop and they plastered that old sepia crap wallpaper of people from the 20s and shit. Yeah, I get tired of that, but I'll tell you what, the guy is not all about that, but it does seem like there's a preponderance of that in Banksy's work. All right, any other questions here as I bag on the entire art world here today at Let's Paint TV? Feeling better about myself though. I guess. What is the most prized painting that you have created? Oh, I don't know. Relatively uniquely different in a sense. What is the most prized painting? Honestly, that I can't answer that. I mean, I don't know. It's going to be this painting with your help. No, I don't know. Honestly, I couldn't tell you. He stencils because he's not good at painting, John. I guess so. I mean, it's effective. Hey, there's no doubt about it. And also the stenciling it makes it so that when you're out on the street and you're going real fast and you don't want to get caught by the police and the authorities, you're going to get quicker, more effective results by using the stencils. Honestly, I don't know how they do it or he does it, but like I said, they are, in general, they are far more, in terms of uniqueness in the graffiti context of sorts. They do stand out. But then again, like I said, I'm a little tired of the stencil approach. Tired of the, like I said, this almost all the images that I have seen seem to be images of some sort of, again, nostalgia. Somehow, what is that? I don't find that is. I hate going back. I don't want to go back. Of course, I'm thinking about painting a Pan Am stewardess here, which I guess would be nostalgic too. So I am full of holes. I am full of nonsense, but I'm also making some points, I guess. So. But I'm guilty too. So put me out and shoot me, will you? Put me out of my misery for pointing out the hypocrisy of our existence, or of our frustration, of our jealousy, maybe. I guess I don't know. Anyway, 818-528-4516. Reading your chats and taking your calls here at Q&A time here on a Thursday, October 3rd. And my coffee is now nice and warm. Cold, actually, it's cold. It is so strong, though. It's probably, it can help. It can hold up in a cold state. The thickness of the coffee. Have I considered bringing back Let's Paint University? Yes, yes, of course. We have a lot of things in the hopper, and that's one of them for sure. But you know, I think it's just hard to stay committed to anything when you have a lot of ideas, and in a way, not enough probing by others. But thanks for probing me on that. Thanks for pointing that out. In a sense, this is sort of Let's Paint TV University, as you know, to some degree. But it isn't at the same time. It is just me blowharding away, at least at the moment right now. But it feels good. It does feel good to have this opportunity to talk to you guys right now. It really does. It's probably my only social contact with the rest of the world. That's both good and bad, frankly. But it is my reality. Yeah. So that is my thoughts on the art world in a nutshell. Well, limited in a limited way, I suspect. Did I offend any of you? I'm sure there's 7 of you watching. I'm sure 1 or 2 of you just despise me for bagging on whatever you were interested in, and because I pointed out the fact that possibly I bagged on what you're doing, which I'm sorry. I don't want to offend. I'm not here to offend you. I'm just here to maybe point out the obvious. And there's nothing wrong. By the way, don't get me wrong here. There's nothing wrong with being fascinated and immersed in something that's already in a group effort, if you will. That's the beauty of the world, isn't it? The meeting of the minds, sort of like that. They always talk about like, like we're in the age of Aquarius now, and everyone's going to be thinking like beautiful things now, and we're not going to kill anybody and all that stuff. So as a group collective, and so that's good. That's good. It's all good. It's all good, as they say. But I think if we were one wants to think about it, I think there's a benefit to seeking out your own plethora of possibilities. Sort of go out on your own. There is something in that, a benefit, rewarding. But it also, I think the scary thing is that there's really no one there to kind of back you up. There's not much backup. There's not much support because you are on your own in some ways. Well, there can be backup, but on the other side of the coin, when you're part of a club that is doing almost everything very similar, then you do have a better community in a sense, like a commune, a kibbutz, is that what they call them? A group that so you have sort of like-minded souls, like-minded ideas, and then like-minded artwork, like-minded groupings of creativity, like-minded. It's almost always the same. So I would say there's very little chance if you're involved in those kind of wonderful. By the way, they're wonderful communities, wonderful. But I would say that those elements, those groupings can limit the potential because you're not necessarily finding your own process, your own dimension of reality separate. But then again, you don't always want that. And again, it's kind of scary. How many blenders have I gone through? Yes, that's a great question. I have gone through probably about 4 or 5, I suppose. Yeah, I don't really have a good track on that. One in particular broke, and that was my mom. She gave it to me, and it was crappy from the. It was like a blender from the. It must have been from the 60s. It was like old school, and it had a toggle switch even. Anyway, that thing that did die on me. That one, but the other ones, they actually all still work. But I do have about 5 or 6 of them. Oh, all right. Yeah, 818-528-4516. We are, wow, just hanging out and not doing much of anything else. I was going to do some exercise and painting and all, but again, I'm not. But we could talk about other stuff, huh? How about this government shutdown, guys? What about that? All right. Yeah, we don't really get into that, but I do have my thoughts on that, I suppose. But I don't really have anything astonishingly different than most things that have already been pointed out. So I guess we don't have to get into that. Let's try to focus just on the creative process. That's our goal here. If we can, though, we could get into other aspects that spurts of thought. That's what we should call this program, spurts of thought. Let's paint, says Valerie. Hey, we should paint. I got my paints here. I really should, and I just need to get over it. I've talked enough. Anyway, so. Do you want to add to this piece by any chance? I'm thinking about putting a security guard in here somehow, or not security, but like going through security at the airport kind of thing. Oh, this coffee is history. It is. I don't want to keep drinking it. Okay, maybe I'll just get up and over here. Maybe get my gloves on and do some painting here. Let's do that. Let's do a little painting here. Though the show's almost over, so now I'm thinking, well, wait a second. If I'm already going to be over here in a sec, why should I even begin the painting process if it's going to be over? You know what I mean? Okay, but maybe we'll go a little longer. How about that? We might just go just a tad bit longer. Let's get our gloves on here. I pulled some arm thing here. I don't know. That bothers me, and that's probably why I'm holding off on the painting. But I'll do a little dabble. There's a few things that bother me anyway, so we can try to get to that, I guess. I'm waiting on some new paint too. It's supposed to come here. I have a hard time buying paint. Because the paint you get at the art store is limited. It's predominantly student grade paint, and it pretty much sucks. And unless you're willing to spend top big dollars on the good stuff, but it costs too much. Paint costs too much. So I found a great place that you basically have to mail order it or order online, and but the problem is that it takes forever for them to ship it. Yeah, plan ahead, All right, okay. Let's do some paint. This is asking for some paint here. Let's do it here. All right, 818-528-4516. Feel free to call us here on the program. We are basically been talking probably more than we should, but it was fun. And like I said, I was happy to talk to you, take your questions here. Oh my God, just tuned in. What happened to this painting? Says Frop. Yeah, it does look a little different possibly than before. And that is the beauty. I kind of have a need, potentially, and again, I don't have it all figured out, and maybe that's my mistake. I'm sure there's people that probably go, man, you are an idiot for questioning what you're doing, and that you should have a plan, and you shouldn't, question anything, and you shouldn't, this and that. Nothing worse than having people, namesayers. But I'm opened up for that. I'm here every day, Monday through Friday, to take it on, take on that. I should expect that, right? Come on. All right, so let's get some white paint. I got a little, fantastic. Got a little white paint going on there, and I need to get some other colors. Like I said, I'm hoping to get that shipment of paint later on today, which would be great. Some alizarin crimson here, guys. All right. I get my art paint, my oil paints from a place called, and here's the number. It's called artistoils.com. 1-800-872-3262. It's a company out, I think they're in Livermore, California now. They used to be in San Leandro. I think they're in Livermore. They moved. And they've been around for a while. And you get great deals on paint. A professional paint, as far as I can tell. Though I'm sure someone probably doesn't like it, but I'm a sucker for it because it still says San Leandro, but I don't think they're there anymore. I think they're, let me see. Yeah, it still says San Leandro, but either or, artistoils.com, and it's a company called Triangle, I think, paints. So anyway, where's my other paint? Oh, I get some blue here. All right, we are. Oh, what happened here now? Let's see. Okay, let's do this. What I like about this paint is that you can you can get it in a cartridge like this, economical, in a sense. Okay. Okay, got some blue down here. Got a little yellow. Got some green. A little yellow ochre, maybe. Let's do that. All right. Sometimes, it's okay to just maybe do about 10 minutes of painting. You don't always have to paint a whole bunch of stuff on the painting. And a little yellow, I guess. I'm really running low on the yellow, but we'll put some yellow down here. Like I said, I should be getting some more paint today, which will be good. Good. And some red. I should have got some red. I don't know why I didn't buy the red. This stuff gets expensive. I know it's kind of sucks. Okay, red. But I'll tell you what really sucks is student grade paint. Once you've been painting with the professional type of paint, you go back to the student grade because it's a lot cheaper, and it just sucks. Sucks. All right, I have the worst camera angle for you. I'm sorry. Anyway, there's sort of a stewardess thing going on here. I don't know if I'm going to stay with that idea. I'm not married to it. I'm not really married at all to anything. So, but I do have these leftover things from the previous painting that I might want to just sort of, I don't know, add serendipity. Maybe some serendipity might be to our painting, or not. But we could do that. Let's see. Oh, I know. Let's bust this. I'm going to give it a little more dimension here. Again, I was talking about going through the security checkpoint, so this will be a good spot for that. Now, I could be fucking up the painting by doing this, but I just sort of kind of been wanting to do that anyway, going through the checkpoint of some sort. And then there's the guy there with the little wand. We're just blocking in. We're just gonna hacking in, guys. Okay, so this is going to be like a Homeland Security guy. Okay. We don't have to know exactly what that is, but I think it's pretty obvious what that is, I guess. Maybe not. Let's see. Maybe put some shoes over here. A lot of shoes. People left a lot of shoes. All right, doesn't matter. We will fix these things as we go along. Don't paint over the little yellow. I did. Sorry, I did. But we'll bring it back. Look at the beauty of it, is that we can bring this back if there is a problem in that regards. We don't have to limit just because we have it somehow think that we somehow have ruined something. We could bring it back. Like I'm bringing back this airplane in the middle for some reason, but I'm bringing it over to the more I'm centralizing it. Again, is that the right thing to do? Not really sure if it is, but I'm okay with the compounding. This isn't about say about the making a structural analysis of sorts. This is just a hodgepodge of possibilities. So, we can knock things out, bring them back in. I'm going to put a little American flag on top of that tower because that's always so fun. I'm not the most patriotic kind of guy, but I love painting little American flags. I think I've always liked that. Okay, so let's see. It's just fun. It's a fun flag to paint. Frankly, it's probably one of the better graphic flags out there. Oh, or how about the Puerto Rican or the Cuban flag? They're very similar. We could do that too. I should paint that all over the place. All right, so we all know that's a little flag. I'm doing a little detail. I'm going to paint the little tower, I guess. We'll bring it out. Or not. Again, I'm just kind of goofing off a little bit, which is fine. I think it can add... I'm still making some sort of decisions, though, with what's going on here. I suspect I am. I think I am. I'd like to think I am. So we're back to this this woman. Let's bring her out. I didn't have any paint yesterday. Now I got lots of more color choices, which could be of help. Like the TSA man. Okay, great. We could bring him out a little more. Again, I don't have a good shot for y'all, but. Let's bring them out. They usually have white shirts, as I recall. They have kind of like a white outfit. And that's like a wand or something. I don't know what that L is. A brush could be just a tad bit bigger, but it ain't. It isn't. Is not. Is not bigger. I don't know if they wear a hat. Do they wear a hat? Not so sure if they do. Maybe they wear a tie too, don't they? Have like a tie. They probably have a tie. And I think they wear those little things on the side. I don't know what they call those things. I don't know if they wear a tie, so let's get. I don't think they do. Get rid of that. Let's give them a mean face. Not a happy person. They usually are not happy. Yeah, I don't know if they have a hat necessarily. We'll just give them some hair. Get this nice blue, a blue blazer. I think the hardest part about painting sometimes is the idea that you're wasting paint, you know, and you're aware of the cost of the damn paint. We talked about how paint is kind of expensive, and yeah, it is. You do have to wonder about that sometimes. I can't deny that. And I don't know what to say except for you know, try to not let that get to you too much, because it is prevalent problem. Excuse me. I'm using this little brush too much. But I'm liking it a little bit. Better shot for you all, I guess. Not really, but all right, we've gone a little longer than usual, but what the heck. I am systematically kind of knocking out areas that I may regret ultimately, but that goes with the territory here at on our never-ending quest for understanding one's dimensions. So anyway, don't worry about it too much that we screwed it up. We can get out of it with one fail swoop. Cheryl swoops. But it's probably not going to happen today. But it could. It could. Okay, so anyway, let's not I'm taking recommendations here on where to go with this, but we don't have to limit ourselves to what we are sort of initially started off as. We can take it to another dimension of sorts, which I'm happy to do. I'm happy to take you there on this magical ride of sorts, as I'm really working hard at screwing up this painting. It's okay though. I'm all right with it. There's a method to the madness, possibly, or not. Maybe not. Let's wait a second. Wait a second, man. Let's fix that. Wait, you went too crazy, man. That went. Oh man, you just knocked that out. Just losing it. It's okay though. It's all right. It's okay to lose it once in a while. Okay, I need some more paint down here, I guess. Do I want to stay with that plane? I guess I could. These are decisions. We're having choice decisions. I don't care about that. Let's knock that out. Anyway, so we were kind of battling. I am. I'm not so sure you are, but you hopefully enjoying the battle that we are here having with the paint. Take a look at this. I found it to be interesting. Now this was sort of a haphazard maneuver here, but I enjoyed what sort of happened, and that is that little flag that I initially painted, and we got the blue screen kind of screwing things up, which maybe I should take off. Anyway, it's kind of neat. Maybe. I don't know. I'm not sure, man. I don't know what I'm doing. I think I'm battling the idea that it's a airplane themed piece. There's something bugs me. But on the same token, I'm not convinced that I need to continue on with that. But I think if I just put some more airplanes in here, I think that might be all I need to do. Let's keep trying, I guess. The thing about painting doesn't have to be ever done. We don't have to be done with this painting. Sometimes it's good to just kind of let it do its thing, and we don't have to feel like it has to be finished. I think at some point we do get sick of it, or at some point we feel like there's enough moves and variables to say that it's done. But in many respects, we don't. You can just kind of keep hacking away at it, which is fine by me, I think. I mean, it's okay with me that that's the case. Oh yeah, it's coming along. A part of me wants to get rid of the airport theme, but I can't. So I'm just gonna stay with it, I think, ultimately. And Okay, hey, yeah, I'm not going to be on much longer. Hey, thanks for watching. I'm just sort of getting lost in the painting, obviously, but I'm going to probably quit for the day here any minute. Anyway, we're kind of having fun, or I'm having fun painting. It's too bad you can't see the shot any better than this. Let me take it off the thing. Why don't I do that here? Now, I think I need to be able to get a better shot for y'all, but it's not happening at the moment. Let's see. You're not seeing the full spectrum that I'm seeing. Okay, so zoom out. Anyway, so we got a lot of nice possibilities here. And I think we're going to fine-tune it some more tomorrow, maybe. Hopefully, we will. I like how she came out. She's quite happy. And she's serving me a cup of water. There's my palette. It's kind of messy. Anyway, so back and forth. I still got these paint gobbies that I'm not always happy to see, but I basically I have the painting so worked up with a bunch of paint that those little guys are not going to be so much of an issue, really. In the end, they'll just be kind of part of the painting. Anyway, so there you go. Nice. We saved it in a way. We kind of saved the painting from looking like crap. Well, it still kind of looks like crap a little bit, but it's okay. It's anyway. Thanks again for being here. We had a good time painting, talking about art, and complaining, and living the good life, I guess, maybe. Or not. I quite enjoyed this last hour of sorts. Thanks again for being here. We'll be here again tomorrow. And we'll try to add to this a little more, or not. But we will fiddle around with it, I suppose. Thanks again. That is the show today. You've been watching Let's Paint TV. We'll see you again tomorrow. Bye-bye.